listening to the Next Gen Jets show. Now, here are your hosts Connor Long, Chris Grasso, Jack Cotter, and Josh Woolever.
Yes, you are, in fact, listening to the Next Gen Jets show live right here on YouTube and Twitter. Hello, everyone. How you doing? Welcome into the show. I'm Connor Long. Those are my co-hosts, Chris Grasso, Josh Woolever. It's great to be with you, however and wherever you are joining us right here on this beautiful Saturday evening. You could be watching us live right here on YouTube or Twitter. You could be watching us after the fact. You could be listening to us in podcast form, however and wherever you are joining us right here on the show. It is great to be with you. Your questions, your comments, your thoughts, throw all of those in the chat for us to get to. Call into the show with the link pinned in the video description down below. Smash the like button, hitting subscribe helps us grow exponentially, and it is completely free. Plus, don't forget about the paid way to support the show. See it on the scrolling ticker down below. You can get into our membership raffle. Every $2 super chat or gifted membership gives you an opportunity to win a Joe Klecko signed jersey, a Wayne Corbett signed helmet, of Lavernius Coles, Wayne Corbett, Santana Moss signed photo, a Don Maynard signed photo, and an Altoon signed photo, folks. Every $2 super chat or gifted membership gives you an entry. Get all of those in the building. Your questions, your comments, again, throw all of those in the chat. We want to engage with you. We want to hear what you guys have to say. If you guys want to get up here on the screen and give your take with us, you can call into the show with the link pinned in the video description down below. No Jack, but Josh and Chris, it is great to be back with you as always right here on the show against Dallas tomorrow. Josh, how you doing?
Doing well, Connor. Glad to be back on with you. Was on with you earlier this week when we discussed the atrocities of Monday night, but we're Jet fans, so we'll live with it at this point. Fully expect this team to be 0-5, Chris Grasso, not 5-1.
Breaking news!
As someone thought earlier in the season, but nonetheless, you guys are the best. Glad to be with you, boys. Chop it up again.
Chris, you're muted. Let's see when he realizes.
Glad
you
to be
said
here.
anything.
All right, glad to be here with you guys. As always, as the nightmare season continues. I mean, how long is it gonna be before we get our first win? Are we gonna lose to the Cowboys, lose to the Broncos, and I'll be in attendance at the Jet Panther game? Is that gonna be our first win? Are we serious?
I mean, this is my reaction to the start of the year.
You got to be fucking kidding me.
With a paper bag on your head, Chris. You owe it to us.
If they're winless, are you going to go with a paper bag, Chris?
Yeah, he said it.
It'll
Man of his word.
It'll be in the question. I mean, we got to pull out a win before then for sure, though.
Jets could start
no.
0-8, and Chris will be like, "There's still a path for them to make the playoffs."
Until we're mathematically eliminated, bro. Like that's
Connor,
the kind of
there's still a path for us to win 8 games.
Oh my god! I mean, the thing is, like, this team is just the way they've lost is so frustrating. Like, and you talk about the defensive collapse. I think that's been the most frustrating part because the defense was expected to be the backbone of the team, and the straggling unit was supposed to be the offense. And the offense, I think Justin Fields in particular, has played well enough throughout his 3 starts, Chris, where the Jets could be 2-1 right now, assuming they have league average defense.
You made 3-1?
2-1. Fields has started 3 games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So coming into the season, this defense was supposed to be solid, was supposed to be kind of the backbone of the team, the reliable aspect of the team. But it has been a huge surprise how bad Steve Wilkes and the defensive play calling has been. I mean, it's been atrocious. I watch the game every week. There's people wide open every week. I don't know if it's because they're playing too much man, which I've seen it being so much evident. Like during the games, I sit there feeling so helpless on my couch. They were playing so much man coverage, and there's nothing like our defense is getting killed every week. Versus Steelers, we saw this happen. Versus the Bucks, and then obviously last week with Waddle and Darren Waller, the ghost of Darren Waller being resurrected to actually do something in this game. So yeah, I mean, like we should have known coming into the season. Like I didn't even think this was a possibility, but if the defense was underperforming or collapsed, that team was going to suck because our offense is not good enough to compete in shootouts. Our offense is supposed to, have an explosive play here and there, set the tone here and there, but overall just be kind of steady in scoring. Like you're set 21-ish amount of points. That's going to be our average by the season. So if our defense can't hold teams to like under 20 or at least around 20 and give our offense a shot, like this team was never going to be competitive. So our defense has been the major major letdown. And it makes me wonder how many more weeks are we going to have our defense play like this before we make a defensive coordinator change? Like our defense has been so bad. If we really get blown out, not blown out, but if we let the Cowboys just walk all over us on defense, I'm seriously going to be saying like fire Steve Wilkes, if not already.
Oh my God,
I don't care.
This is absolutely insane.
How is it insane? Because while we roll with Steve Wilkes, the defensive scheme is obviously not working.
Well, Chris, I'll tell you this. I think the defense hasn't been the same since Robert Saleh left. I mean, these are a lot of pieces on the defense. You look at the struggling guys like Michael Carter II, like Jamie and Sherwood. These guys are undergoing their first coaching change. Aaron Glenn is not firing a coordinator who he hired 5 games into the season.
Our defense
and who's the replacement, Chris? Some guy on the staff?
What changes? What change are they going to make?
Well, I mean, the season is already off the rails. There is more than just the scheme, Chris. This talent on defense is overrated to the max. The Jets really have no edge rushers. Will McDonald, besides one game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, has given you nothing off the edge, going up against low-tier backup offensive linemen. I think and I called that going into the year, and his run defense has continued to be just flat out unwatchable. Will McDonald, I think, is a very, very overrated player on the defense when you talk about the overall value he brings you up front. They've been without Jermaine Johnson. Brandon Stevens has been terrible. What else is new? And Sauce Gardner needs to be held to a higher standard. Someone who is getting paid the money that he is. I mean, a lot of it, I think, is just us overrating some of the players on this team and the growing pains of undergoing a coaching change. Sure, has the scheme been great? Could Wilkes be better? Absolutely. But I don't think it's all on Wilkes. I don't think that's the underlying reason. It's not, boom, okay, you fire Wilkes, you promote Chris Harris or Dre Bly or Aaron Curry, one of the positional coaches or assistants on this coaching staff, and boom, the Jets have a top 5 defense. I think it's more than that.
I'm not saying it's going to change it, but I'm saying if we keep on, being persistent with not changing the scheme at all, like this is how stubborn we saw Robert Saleh and Wilkes be with the past defensive scheme. So I mean, if we keep on getting walked all over week after week after week and nothing changes, like then a coaching change has to change. Because I'm not trying
Chris, can you just accept that the defense isn't going to be good this year?
Josh, let me finish my point real quick. Okay. Thank you, Connor. I agree with everything you said about some of the defensive talent being overrated. We have overhyped some of those players, but at the same time, our defense should at least be solid. It shouldn't be this bad. So something has to change. I want to see them get off whatever they're doing now and adjust so that we can actually look confident out there, because they're letting the offense down. And I saw a comment, we have to avoid momentum killer plays. That's 100% right. I mean, the Brandon Allen fumble killed us. Like, this team can never bounce back from plays like that. The plays like that, we always, when one bad play happens, they're never able to respond to adversity. So,
well, that's on the defense too. They allowed a fucking 16-play, excuse my language, 97-yard drive there. Like, that was ridiculous.
It's so bad. And the thing is, like, I'm not pulling the plug on Glenn yet. He needs more time. He needs at least the season. I mean, if we have first overall pick, then you can talk about what we're going to do with Glenn. If not, automatically keep him. But I mean, like, we have to see things change here. Our team has to play with more juice, more heart. It cannot be the same old if the coach is different. Like, I know the culture doesn't change overnight, but we have to get away from some of the same old Jets tendencies, because right now it is the same old Jets. I gave Aaron Glenn the benefit of the doubt coming into the season, but it's been the same old shit. You're competitive in games, fine. I'm seeing that. I watch all the games. I watch every snap. We're no bullshit here. Like, we watch all the games. They're close. They're in it, but like, it's looking the same. The result is always the same.
Isn't that what we wanted out of this year? Like, nobody except you, Chris, had playoff dreams or anything like that.
Did. You love Nick Ferry. I mean, I'm on the fence about him, but he hasn't going 9-8.
You just named another person.
All right, Chris.
2 people who said the Jets are winning 9 games. I'm like, look, I think it's hard to look at the Jets season and say
you said they're winning 8. I mean, we were both high on Fields, and Fields hasn't been that good despite what the stats say.
I think Fields has played well enough for them to be 2-1. Absolutely. I just think, you're talking about this team like they've gotten blown out in all 4 of their games. Should they have beat Miami? Absolutely. But they're pushed teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers. They pushed a team in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you think about this, the Jets are a bad offensive pass interference call, a Xavier Gibson fumble, an Isaiah Williams fumble, and a Tyrod Taylor pick 6 away from being 3-1. There's a handful of plays that you could point to. Remember the year, and I'm not comparing this to the 2021 Lions. I believe it was the 2022 Lions. if I am not mistaken, that started like 1-5. But remember that year was the second year with Dan Campbell. I think they started 1-5, but like every game was in one score. They just didn't come out on top. And I get the fans want to see wins, fans want to see results, but I think we can't forget about the process here, the pieces of the puzzle that you have to put together to have success. I look at the Lions' schedule here. Yeah, I think that was the year that they beat the Jets. They started 1-5, I believe it was. That season, then they ultimately finished second in the NFC North. So like this, we've seen teams bounce back for this. The question for me, my biggest question with Glenn is, when you look at all the great head coaches in the National Football League, it's guys who are strategists, it's guys who are innovative play callers. Can Glenn be that strategist? That's what we need to see, and we haven't seen that yet. So when you talk about moving on from Glenn, I don't even think that should be a conversation.
Yeah, not yet for sure. But I want to give a different outlook on how some of the games have gone. So, like coming on a halftime in the Bucks game, in the Bills game, like our offense in the Bills game, we just looked at the entire game. But the Bucks game, our offense looked so dead until the fourth quarter, and it took a miracle to come back there. So I'm not taking any positive out of that game. The only game I can really take like positive out of is the Steeler game, and the excuse for that game is like it's week 1. You've put no tape on display yet. Like you can catch them by surprise. So our one offensive great offensive performance, we caught them by surprise. And Fields, like he hasn't looked confident enough. He hasn't been able to make some of the throws that I want him to make. Fields has significantly been underperforming my expectation for him. He's looked like a pure rushing quarterback. He hasn't looked like the pure passer, not pure passer, but he hasn't looked like the passer I want him to be. So like this, it's hard for me to take good stuff out of these games when the defense looks like shit. The offense looks dead for the first half of the game and somehow makes it close in the second half just to break our heart. Shit happens every week. So
Chris,
the only positive I have is week 1.
I don't know how much optimism you had in Justin Fields, but I can't say I'm downright disappointed in the guy. Like
I'm pleased with Fields' performance.
Look what he did. I get you're gonna say it's a running play, so it doesn't matter because he's a quarterback. You see that play against Miami? That impresses.
He made that exact same play before versus San Francisco.
I'll throw this in here quickly. I find it hilarious looking, and I don't mean to cut you off there, Josh. I find it hilarious these Jet fans doing these Roger truthers doing victory laps 4 games into the year. Meanwhile, if they literally watched any of the film, Rodgers has been worse than Justin Fields has.
Yeah,
this season.
Aaron Rodgers is just in a Mike Tomlin system. Why did Mason Rudolph win games with the Steelers? Like Aaron Rodgers is revolutionizing what the Steelers do.
Listen.
That's what's annoying.
I told you I'd rather have Fields than Rodgers. I'm not stirring off that because at least there was a chance.
Chris, I just don't know what your expectations
were. We would have won more games.
Guy.
We would have had more wins if Rodgers was the
You're
quarterback.
severely disappointed in the guy.
Rodgers and Adams.
Stop. We're not doing Rodgers
right now.
But Devontae Adams wouldn't want to come back to the Jets. He didn't want to come back to the Jets.
Yes, he did. They told him no.
Devontae Adams?
No, I thought you said Rodgers. I thought you just said Rodgers didn't want to.
No, he said Adams.
I said Devontae Adams.
I didn't hear you. But guys, Connor, I know Fields' stats are good, but I think we all watch the games. I think the stats are misleading. He hasn't been able.
I disagree. Watching the film, like Fields. He's not the best pocket passer, sure, but again, watching the film, going back, looking at the plays, first, Tanner Engstrand has been one hell of an offensive coordinator. The play calling I've seen from him has been to the likes of which I've ever seen from a Jets play caller before. So props to him going back and looking at the film. But when it comes to Fields, look, he hasn't been a great pocket passer, but again, he's played well enough. Chris, we always talk about him being league average, and that's all the Jets need to win football games and this and that. He's done more than that, and look, if our
defense is selling. He doesn't need to be league average anymore. He needs to be better because our defense sucks now because of Steve Wilkes.
Well, that's not his fault. You're misleading, I think, your anger against this team and taking it out on Justin Fields.
I'm telling you, in big moments, Fields has not delivered in passing.
When did Rodgers deliver in passing?
I'm talking about just Fields now. I mean, I watched the London game versus the Steelers Vikings. Rodgers was making good throws. He completed that long touchdown to DK Metcalf. If we had that, we would be in and we'd be winning most of these games. On third down, it's basically over. If it's more than 3rd and 5, we're not converting because Fields can't throw the football.
Calm it down, boys. Calm it down.
Josh, I mean, what are your thoughts here? I think Fields had a very, very productive start to the year. I think anyone who projected him to be, about a league average quarterback should be happy with the results that we've seen thus far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm happy with the results. This is an 0-4 football team. At the end of the day, I want to see the Jets win. Obviously, that's probably asking a little bit much. Chris, I don't know what your expectations were. That was the question I was trying to get out from you. And obviously, that spewed into a Rodgers discourse that I was not intending to get to. But my main point was that what did you really expect out of Justin Fields? With an entirely new coaching staff, with an entirely new system, with an entirely new set of weapons, or I should say probably weapon at this point. Maybe add Mason Taylor in there for the plural. But Justin Fields, I wasn't exactly expecting the guy to be this huge, 4,000-yard passer, Chris. That's not what you're looking for out of the guy.
So me and Connor had similar expectations for Justin Fields coming into this season.
Lead us to the playoffs, right, Chris?
5-1 start.
If we could have been more competent.
Wait, was that an expectation?
No. So you asked me a question about it.
Was that an expectation or a goal, Chris? Did you expect the Jets to be in the playoffs, or was that a goal?
So it's a mixture of both. I mean, they have talent. I mean, they should have.
The roster is so overrated.
Let me tell you what my expectation for Justin Fields were. Me and Connor have very similar expectations for Fields coming to this season. He should be a dynamic rushing quarterback who, when placed in the right scheme, can get some good passing plays. Use the run to set up the pass in the play action game. Now Fields, like as I mentioned before, if it's over 3rd and 6, Fields is not he's not completing a pass. He cannot throw the football in that manner. He cannot read the defense. He's not like that. Through these 4 games, Fields has shown me no reason except his rushing ability, which we already knew, on why we should keep him.
So, Chris, what would the Jets' record be with Aaron Rodgers?
With the throws I've seen Rodgers make in the games I've watched him play. I mean,
you've watched one game though.
I know he's still able to have that ball placement, and on 3rd and 6, it's not dead because your quarterback can throw the ball.
All right, so what's the answer?
It's like 2-2. We're not losing. We're not losing the Steeler game with him. We're not losing.
You are placing Oh my God!
Wait. What's the game that they win? What's besides Pittsburgh?
So and the Bucs game, they're not losing. Our offense is not.
The
that
Bucs
bad.
game was the hold on, stop. The Bucs game, the defense was on the field with 2 minutes left. What would Aaron Rodgers have done?
The offense would have been dead the entire first half of the game because your quarterback can't do shit.
Stop it! You could have at least the Dolphins. That's
this
a
is what I
competent
mean.
answer.
Yeah, exactly. The Dolphins. So we could have been 3-1.
It.
Listen, so I'd rather have Fields because of the young upside. The upside is gone. We're drafting Lenore Sellers.
Justin Fields. Okay. Or Tyrod.
The upside is gone. Justin Fields has been a league average quarterback. The defense sucks, but Fields is the one who sucks.
He can't.
Get him out of here.
He can't convert and he can't deliver in big time moments.
Brady Cook.
He can't.
When has he failed in a big moment?
We watched the Miami game.
Right, when has he failed in a big moment?
We all did. On 3rd down,
that's turnovers. That's Braylon Allen fumbling. That's Isaiah, whatever the hell the guy's name is.
He needs to come through in big passing moments, and he just never does.
When has he not? Give me.
There was 3 turnovers. None of them were on him.
Downs, Connor. All the 3rd downs that were.
Sorry. Are you talking about the play where they went for it on 4th down and 4 edge rusher?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the 3rd longs.
Escaped and.
Are you talking about one of the best passes I've seen in an even better catch for Garrett Wilson that got called back on one of the worst calls I think I've ever seen?
No, the officiating was terrible. I'm not.
Awful,
the officiating
bro.
was so
awful. The officiating was awful, but that's no excuse. The Jets played bad
football.
football.
The officiating on that game made me question why I watch NFL football if the refs are going to be that
It was
bad.
brutal. It was brutal.
That's how bad the officiating was. But Fields,
that late hit out of bounds. Brutal.
If we want Fields, what are we judging Fields on at this point? I'm not judging him as a league average quarterback. I'm judging him as if he can be the future of this franchise. If we want to draft,
oh my God, we all knew Fields was not going to be the future.
He's not looking that good, guys. He's not looking like that.
Justin Fields of the franchise guy, or Nico will be drafted in 26. Chris,
or Sellers will be drafted in 26. Justin.
That's more like it, baby.
Sellers is actually pretty good. I mean, we've unfortunately got.
Now we got the boys to come around on
some of the quarterbacks. I mean, I didn't make a take on any of the quarterbacks. I don't watch highlights. I look at the raw, unaltered film, and that's how I make my takes. I mean, when you talk about a player like Sellers, I was talking about quarterbacks last night with Domesy. He's like hit or miss. I personally, I have him as my QB1 in terms of upside. I'd much rather take someone who has a higher floor though, because if you miss on him, you have a really, really bad quarterback compared to a player like Fernando Mendoza, a player like Jaden Mayava, where you can miss with them and still have a good player. Fans who don't like to watch film are not going to like Jaden Mayava from USC because he's not a He doesn't have the ceiling of a Lamar Jackson or a Cam Newton, but he's like a very, very good pocket passer who can make plays with his legs. He's like, think of like Ryan Tannehill, what he did in the Tennessee Titans. Think of Jacoby Brissett, just like a really, really good pure passer who could keep the offense on schedule and keep the ball moving downfield. I mean, I just think the fact that we're talking quarterbacks already here on the show is absolutely ridiculous.
Brutal.
And go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, like, so if assuming that Glenn stays, right, and we're looking to draft a quarterback, and this is gonna be Glenn and Muji drafting their guy.
They
right?
are going to.
No, all right, so in that scenario, right, I'm not sure they're going to be looking at a Ryan Tannehill type guy, considering it's taking so long to rebuild the defense. It's going to take long because it sucks right now. Like, you need a quarterback who's going to make plays and who's going to win you games with his arm.
Oh my! Well, Chris, you mentioned. I want to go back to what you said about Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers was on this team, the whole offense would take a hit. Chris, someone who just focuses directly on Fields. You have to also weigh the outside factors. Having Fields back there as your quarterback complicates the defense. You don't know what he's going to do with his legs. He opens up the entire run game. Like, it's more than just what he's done directly.
So I'm not saying Fields sucks. I understand that he's monumental in the run game. I'm not saying he sucks. I'm saying that based on what he's put on for us, he's not able to throw in big time moments, and he's not looking like the future of our franchise. He's looking like a guy who's going to give us maybe a couple wins in a fun season. We need wins to build the culture, by the way. People who are rooting for losses just because like the season is obviously over. No 0-4 teams made the playoffs, and this team's not doing it. And people who are rooting for losses are dumb because we need wins for the culture. Okay, we need wins for the culture.
Chris, 2 weeks ago, after Tampa Bay, you were talking to me about how, we'll still beat Carolina, we'll still beat the Saints, we'll still beat the Jags.
Well, I mean,
where are we at now, Chris?
We still got to beat Carolina.
Can we get an updated temperature?
I am not
going to get an updated temperature?
All right, I'm not going there to watch a loss. So I'll go there either way, even if it is a loss. But like they cannot lose, bro.
Chris, what do you have, like 2 wins right now? That's the current line?
No, not that low. They should get at least like I don't even know what to hope for at this point. Like,
I can't even. I'm sticking with my record prediction. I mean, that's why I hate record predictions. They always started wrong. I had the Jets starting 2-6 and finishing 8-9. So my record prediction is still very much in play. I just can't point to a game on the schedule and be like, boom, that's an automatic win. Like, you can't do that with an 0-4 team. So I mean, when you talk about also drafting a quarterback, Chris, like, I still think Fields is going to be the starting quarterback week 1 next year if he continues to play at this rate, win some games for you. You don't need to draft a quarterback and put him in right away. I mean, you look at
that never works.
You look at some of the best. You look at some of the best rookie quarterbacks who have actually like carved out a career in the league, i.e., Jalen Hurts, sat for a year. And then you put him in a game action, and boom. Like, I think sitting behind the quarterback or, at least having a quarterback competition would be so beneficial for insert any rookie the Jets draft. And the Jets still really like Justin Fields, rightfully so.
No. If Fields continues to play like this and improves his passing and improves his ability, to put better ability to read defenses on tape and makes some big time throws on third.
Well, Chris, you talk about reading defenses. He's had one of the lowest turnover worthy play rates in the league and hasn't thrown an interception. Like,
because he's playing so safe. Like this, I didn't want to see him do this. I want us to actually be able to evaluate him as a passer. I want Aaron Glenn to tell him to throw the ball on these third down situations so we can see what he actually has. I don't want him to play conservative. I don't want him to, play so conservative that he's scared of making turnovers. Just play your game. Be yourself. Let Fields be Fields. See what he does and see if we have anything with him. Now, if he continues, if he goes down from here, just bring in a veteran, get out of the Fields deal and have that guy compete with the rookie and start with and kind of.
You're not just going to get out of the Fields.
But if Fields kind of shows more improvement as a passer, he keeps on his rate. His rate right now is solid. But I'm telling you, he's not making the big passing plays. He's making big running plays, but we knew that about him. So if he continues like this, you can get him for a year, have him compete with the rookie. I like that idea. Maybe you can go and with Tyrod as a starter, and then Fields and the other guy competing with QB2 if you are really dead set on keeping Fields. But guys, Fields has not had the arm. It's not made the throws on the complex third down situations that would tell me that he's worth keeping for the long term or for the future. I'm not talking about forcing a QB here. I'm not talking about starting him immediately. That never works. So you have to bring in a veteran if you're going to let go of Fields. But I don't want the QB we draft to start immediately. I just want him. I want us to draft a quarterback, so at least we have somebody to put our hope in as a guy who's going to be our franchise quarterback. Because right now, Fields doesn't look like that.
We've never had a franchise quarterback on this team, Chris. It's not as easy as
a franchise quarterback, but that's not a debate for right now. We need to get one, though. I don't care if we never have.
Who's the franchise quarterback?
We can't let the past dictate the future.
Who is the franchise quarterback?
Namath.
Okay, yeah, sure. Before our parents were alive.
It doesn't matter. He still won us a Super Bowl, guys. Come on.
He
I'm
won
not
one
denying
Super
it.
Bowl.
It's just like, dude,
Why are you saying one Super Bowl? We've never even glimpsed a Super Bowl. That's so impressive. You don't understand.
Not really. I mean, this organization.
no, that's a step too far.
Nothing short
Not
of
really, folks. Conor McGregor saying if the
They
Super Bowl
won
is that
one
impressive.
Super Bowl. Like, congratulations. Like, I'd rather be if you ask me,
Talking
like,
about
I'd rather be the
Don't say
Vikings.
you'd rather be like 0-4.
I'd rather be the Vikings than the Jets as like an overall organization right now.
nope.
Oh, right.
Yes.
With their history or with their current situation?
Overall, like I'd rather be the Vikings than the Jets. Like
I would I'd rather have a
won the
Super
big game.
Bowl.
They haven't won. We had a Super Bowl. We are not a better historical franchise, but we have the Lombardi over them, Connor. We have the Lombardi over the Bills.
Yeah. But
oh
but
my
Chris,
God, please don't pull that Bill stuff. The Jets won a Super Bowl, sure. Super Bowl 3. It was in the AFL. Like, sure, a Super Bowl's impressive, but
The
like
Jets made the whole AFC conference relevant. That Super Bowl is so important for NFL history. No one understands. We were the first AFC team to win a Super Bowl. We made the AFC conference, guys. We take pride in that shit. Joe Namath is our guy.
you blame Joe Namath for the Jets.
Even though he sold his soul.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa.
You think the reason they're bad right now is because this guy won us the damn Super Bowl? So I don't want to hear it.
It doesn't matter. He won a Super Bowl. No matter if he sold his soul or not.
All
He
of a
shouldn't have
sudden, it
sold his
doesn't
soul,
matter
whatever, but
anymore.
He won that Super Bowl and made the AFC
Flip-flop.
conference relevant. Without
To say you'd rather be the Vikings and not have a Super Bowl in your history is insane.
I'd rather be the Vikings. I'd be the
exactly.
Bills. I'd say,
Come on,
the
come on.
Bills are up there because at least the Bills, again, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Like, they have a franchise
You
quarterback.
can't-
Yes,
can't
but
under-
that's
You can't
current. We're talking about
downplay
the past.
significance of winning a Super Bowl.
And Chris, how many times have they won more than 7 games that you've been watching the Jets?
It doesn't matter. Like we have a Super Bowl on our,
It
on
really
our name.
does, though. I mean,
To our
this is
name,
a-
we have a Super Bowl.
it is like
This
hum-
is so sad.
you want to know the thing that has annoyed me the most about this team for years on end is how they just can't fall on a fumble. 1,077 of 1,078 balls on the ground in games for the Jets over the past 25 years. The Jets have recovered one of them. One of them.
That is insane.
It's such a cursed stat line. Like I want to pull up this Barney comment here. Hold on.
Namath curse is real, but yes, let's just say he changed this organization forever. Like, pick a side.
A demon just tried to kill Sanchez. Like that. Like someone stabbed him. Did you guys hear about that?
I did.
Yeah, he broke into
He's
somebody's
arrested.
car.
What did bro do? This is
I think
demonic.
Sanchez got arrested, Chris. You
Yeah.
didn't see that?
Yeah, I know. Sanchez got arrested. What
I
did
think
do?
he tried to break into someone's car while drunk.
Or
What?
something ridiculous.
What-
Like
what
I
is
said,
the-
yeah. He
And
told someone like he couldn't park somewhere. I mean, prayers up to Sanchez. Good to hear that he's okay. And
Yeah.
I saw you when I saw it. It first reported today. It said he was in critical condition. So I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I think he's out of the hospital. I don't know if he's out of the hospital, but I know that he's in police custody as of now. So
Yeah.
prayers up to the Sanchez.
Safe to say he's not commentating the Colts game that he was in Indianapolis for.
Josh, do they need me to fly out there? I mean, if it was a Jet game, I'd email Fox. I'd be like, Sanchez is down. You need my help.
you should get on the case. Connor Long.
100%.
stepping
Who
in
is
the
Sanchez's
booth for-
partner again? I'm blanking on it. This is bad.
For Fox, right?
Yeah, it's not Kenny Alberts
It's-
with Vilma.
It's Greg.
Is it Adam Amon? No. Mark. Let's see. I'm trying to.
Broadcast partner.
It was an
Adam
argument with
Amon, you're
Josh.
Yeah.
Josh, your DoorDash guy's arriving soon. This was an argument with a DoorDash guy that got Sanchez stabbed.
Yeah, it was at 12:30 at night. I mean, nothing good happens.
We
after
got
midnight.
between 8:41 and 8:46 the time frame currently. Chris, thanks for
Nothing-
checking.
Nothing good happens after midnight. That's the bottom line of that story.
Yep.
Thank you all for joining us right here on the Next Gen Jet Show. Be sure to smash the like button, hit subscribe. Connor, Chris, Josh, right here with you guys on the program. Your questions, your comments, your thoughts, throw this in the chat. We want to engage with you guys. Have to hear what you have to say. Call into the show with the link
yeah,
pinned in the
baby.
description down below. Get all your super chats, get all your memberships in. You see there down below. Every $2 super chat or gifted membership gives you a raffle entry, baby, right here on the show. Shout out to everyone joining us, as always, right here on this beautiful Saturday evening. Now, looking ahead, the 0-4 Jets hosting the 1-2-1 Dallas Cowboys, home underdogs. I'd be gassed up going into this game. Should this have been week 2, looking at the fact that, they're without CeeDee Lamb, they're without potentially 4 starting offensive linemen.
No Micah
You know,
Parsons.
they have a losing record, no Micah Parsons anymore. Blah, 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 blah. I would be most excited about the offensive line nugget, but now, like, the Jets couldn't record more than one sack against a depleted Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive line. So I can't even get excited, Josh.
It's so disappointing. You're right. Like it's at this point, I'm going into every single game. There's not a game on this schedule I am going into expecting to win. There's not one. Chris, you're laughing. Name a game.
Bro, come on, the Saints, bro. We cannot lose to the
No,
Saints.
the Saints just
The
played
Saints
the Bills into the
Saints,
fourth
like
quarter.
I could see
No.
rolling the Jets lose to the Saints.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
I predicted
the
them
way
to lose
Spencer
on my
Rattler
schedule
played?
to the Saints, and everyone started laughing at
That's
me.
to this
See
day.
the way
I'm
Rattler
not sure
played,
about that
Chris?
one. We'll see. when
Mr.
it
5-1, you started laughing at me when I said the Jets could lose to the Saints.
I'm still saying that take is still a kind of chance to be so invalid. I mean, the Saints, sure, they played the Bills fine.
Jonathan O.
John,
The joke I did on the Brooklyn.
You see,
The
Fire-
secret
fire-
name, Connor.
Fire Wilkes, same old shit, bro.
Of course, usually firing a defensive coordinator means something is like entirely wrong and you have
Something
a
is
solution.
entirely
and-
wrong.
Yeah, okay, but what is this new person going to do? Like, that's what the Jets overreacted with last year. Jets probably win an additional 2 games if Robert Saleh remains as head coach last year. They just prematurely fired him because they were like scampering for answers. We're not making that mistake again.
A head coach and defensive coordinator is Mr. 5-1. Okay, you were 8-9. You said we had this.
No, I didn't. I said 6.
I'm talking to
you're-
Connor, who edited the name. All right, there's no need to be an ass.
5-1.
All make bad positions.
Oh.
I have them starting 2-6. I'm still holding by my record prediction. And again, I don't put stock into record predictions. How many times did I say this offseason? Record predictions are stupid. They're meaningless. They're dumb.
It's
like
fun, bro. Like it's just a fun thing to do, man.
Senior playoffs.
It's fun to
Sorry, Chris.
get all optimistic on this team and have nothing happen, right?
Rick, bro.
It's so bad. And I told this one of the shows before the season. I stick by this. I'll always stick by this. I'd rather be the guy who predicts the Jets to do good and have them live up to my expectations. I don't want them to be down in the dumps, and I don't want them to predict them to be down in the dumps and have them surprise me. I'm not that kind of guy. I want to talk good about them and have them be good. Okay?
Well, that's what everyone wants. That's what everyone.
Chris, I want to be undefeated this year.
What?
I want to be undefeated this year.
I mean, yeah. I mean, everyone wants that, Chris. Everyone wants to have high expectations and have them do well and speak highly of them. It's just not the case.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna talk highly about them until the end of time. Like they have to live up to that eventually.
I mean, if we live by that narrative, I mean, anything could happen. Like, I don't know. It's just I don't know how anyone looks. It's just brutal. It really is. That's the way I'd have to put it. Like, this team is 0-4. Ugh, they're playing Dallas tomorrow. I don't see them beating Dallas. I don't see
Any given Sunday, anything can happen, though.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
buddy.
Come on. Like, sure, that narrative holds true, but like the Dallas Cowboys are a way better football team than the New York Jets are.
I mean, yeah, we have to be able to cover Pickens. Somebody's got to cover. I don't know who. Might not be Sauce. Might not be Stevens. I mean, Sauce has been fine.
Sauce did a great job against DK. Pickens and DK
Yeah,
are pretty similar.
He's been underwhelming, man. Like we just have to get back into the groove of everything. Defense better show some heart in this game. I swear.
Don't let Chris get on the Steve Wilkes' system and.
I
gotta
can
switch
call
to
better
zone.
defense than what's going on right now.
Oh my God.
Wait, Chris. So you're like a huge zone professional, right? Like that's what you're
No,
begging for?
trust me. Here's something about
No, yes
I
or
don't
no,
know
yes or
covers
no.
like that. I don't know it, but what we're
Yes
doing
or
is not
no?
working.
Would you rather the Jets play zone? Simple question.
The Jets ran zone last year and got killed
Yeah,
in every
and then you were
facet.
complaining about when Sauce Gardner wouldn't travel to be on their best wide receivers. So I don't understand.
All right, so yeah, Josh, I was complaining, but we've seen it hasn't worked. Okay, change
Neither
something.
works. Neither works. Maybe we need this
What do you want
pass
them to
rush
do?
to
Cut
get
everybody?
home. Put
Everybody
pressure on the
can't
damn
go, Josh.
quarterback.
Everybody
God.
can't go.
It's a product. The play calling hasn't been great in moments, sure, but again, this talent.
Not
is,
a well-rounded.
everyone
11
says,
guy.
"Oh my God, look at the talent on this." Sure, they have like an ample amount of talent, but let's not act like this is a Super Bowl roster. Like this isn't a team that could go to the playoffs. Like, sure, they have superstars. Like you have superstars like Garrett and Sauce and guys like that, but you don't have depth.
I was about to say, we need depth, man. What are we doing? Build the depth. So this is what we have to do. If Glenn finishes the season on a respectable note, we'll give him time to build some depth and draft a quarterback. Like that's what he's got to do. Like for next year's draft should be. Yes, put me a defensive coordinator, Grasso, please. That's what I want to be. I want to be a defensive coordinator right now. All right, but anyway, what I was gonna say before I lost my train of thought.
All right,
is
Chris, the offense comes out and trip
first
left,
round,
stack
first round
bunch
has
in
to
the
be
slot
first round has to be a
with a
quarterback.
single
Second round
running
receiver,
back.
third round corner. Okay, that's what I want. Corner,
Sorry?
defensive lineman. So I want first round quarterback, second round wide receiver, third round defensive lineman. Any defensive position, they all suck except Sauce right now.
Sauce hasn't been great. Like, they all suck except Quinnen for me.
Yeah, I mean, Quinnen is
Yeah.
always going to be there. I love Quinnen. He's like the one guy you can actually trust in this fucking team.
You have
Sorry
to have
for
the
my language.
conversation about what you do with him because he could ask for an entire new deal this offseason. Next year is the final year of his acting contract. Like, there are going to be talks about potentially trading him. There are, and like,
If you get
I'm
a first round
with-
pick, fine, I guess. But you
You're
better
not
draft somebody
getting
just
a
as good as him.
first round pick.
Why? Why not, bro?
Oh, that's insane. They're getting
What?
at least a first round pick if you trade Quinnen
Yeah, they
Williams.
better get a first round pick.
At the deadline?
No. At
No,
the end of the season.
offseason.
Yeah, I suppose the market will be there a little more, but
How are we talking about this? How is this a legit conversation?
because
man?
they're 0
Why
and
do we
5,
suck
Chris,
so
so they're
bad?
about to
Why
be.
do
They're
we
0
suck?
and 4.
Guys, I don't know if I don't want to build character anymore. I just want to win. All right. When does the character building end?
I mean, who doesn't?
Never ends.
Guys,
Everyone
Chris,
wants
what
to
I-
see results.
Chris, what I wanted to ask you was, your Sauce Gardner jersey is coming in the mail, according to you. Is he still that guy?
Sauce is still one of my favorite Jets. I had COVID on the night they drafted him. I was so hyped. Then after I yelled, I said, "Yeah, Sauce!" when they drafted him. I had like a burning, pounding headache 30 minutes after that just for yelling about him. I'll never forget that night. I love Sauce, and Garrett is starting to climb up as one of my favorite Jets because like Sauce is.
But no. I mean, like, as a player.
No, I love Sauce as a player. Like he's a deflection kind of guy. Like I wanted to see with Aaron Glenn. I wanted Aaron Glenn to kind of make him more of a guy who gets himself in the right position to get interceptions. He's a pass breakup kind of corner. He's going to play that. So he's a physical corner too. Which, by the way, they're getting him on some bullshit calls that need to be. It needs to stop. It needs to stop.
He's a little handsy. He's a little handsy rascal.
They said Sauce and Garrett both said this in their press conference, and I'm so glad these guys are extended through 2030. They both said, guys, I watch football. I don't see this get called on any other guys, man. And Sauce pointed this out. Like, this doesn't get called for teams that are actually good. This gets called on us. We suck. I mean,
And we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that in a little. I want to get into those comments made after the game. But in the meantime, Rob Boy Wonders drops in with a $10 super chat. Shout out to you, Robin Boy Wonders. That gets you 5 raffle
That's a good
entries
point.
right here on the show. We appreciate your support. As always, guys, you see it on the ticker. You saw it on the ticker as I updated it here on the show. Every $2 super chat or gift and membership gives you a raffle entry. Super chats will cut the line of all your chats in the comments, and we will get to them as quick as possible. Your questions, your comments, your thoughts, guys. Keep throwing those in. But Rob Boy Wonders says, fun fact, the Jets begin their history as a loser when they left State Stadium. This is the only home stadium they have a winning record. Plus, try being a Browns.
Without that one Super Bowl we have, Connor, we'd be the Browns. We'd be just as bad, if not much worse. Actually, yeah, much worse than the Browns.
But I mean, no one really remembers the Super Bowl. Still, people.
Yes, everybody does. What do you mean nobody
Chris,
remembers?
the
You make it
NFL fan
irrelevant.
points. An average NFL fan doesn't remember Super Bowl 3, and they're just like, same old Jets, LOL Jets, and like rightfully so. I mean,
Everybody knows about Joe Namath, Connor. That's wrong. Everybody knows what happened in Super Bowl 3.
Chris, you ask an average NFL fan their thoughts on the Jets. Nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, Super Bowl 3,
Exactly.
the
They're
good
gonna
old
be saying,
days."
that's the
Look at
least-
that.
but
They're gonna
they
be.
still have a good history. Like you look at the teams, the Cowboys. The only Cowboys fans really brag about their great history with
No,
Jimmy
that's a
Johnson
story.
and all their other.
Those who know who
other
Jimmy
players and
Johnson
coaches.
is. know
But
that.
right now, if you go to a Cowboys fan, it's like an average NFL fan. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, the Cowboys. I think it's their year every day. They suck. They're not good. They're not any good. Their history is so deep and so rich. Like that argument doesn't make sense. Of course, the people are gonna remember the Jets.
Chris, the argument that you
haven't
make
put
that doesn't
any-
make
in
any
a
sense to me is
decade.
you
You haven't
blame
done
Joe
anything in a
Namath for the
decade.
Jets' struggles and then say he's everything for this franchise. Like, pick a side.
He was. That miracle was everything. Now he did.
Chris, he
sell his
sold
soul for
his
that.
soul,
He
right? That's like
guaranteed
the
it.
fakest
Guaranteed.
thing.
That is a miracle comeback. But with that, he made the AFC relevant. So he'll die any day now. I have a respect for Jordan.
You're rooting for the guy to die
I'm not
that you
rooting
just
for
called
him.
the
I
biggest.
mean,
I'm
look,
saying
I think Super Bowls are so important for teams' history, and I'm overreacting. And I'm absolutely overreacting because the team has been awful in my lifetime, and I haven't seen them win more than 7 effing games. So I'm certainly overreacting here, to say the very least. But I'm just frustrated the fact that this team hasn't won more than 7 games. Like, Super Bowls are important, sure. Just like I'm of course, I'm a Jet fan. Like, I'm gonna overreact to things like all Jet fans do at certain moments. Some say they're gonna start 5-1. Some say a Super Bowl 60 years ago doesn't matter. So look, I want them to win.
At least you're retracting that because that was a crazy statement, bro. Like
I'm not retracting it. I'm just acknowledging the fact that my anger was misdirected. That's what I'm acknowledging. It's so frustrating.
So you could say that it's okay to say crazy shit in the moment. I said a bunch of that. You said Mr. 5-1. I could say Mr. Super Bowl 3 has no meaning. It's okay.
I mean, you could say that. Sure, I didn't say it has no meaning. I just said I think they need to win another.
You said it doesn't matter.
I said it doesn't matter. It's not relevant today. Like nobody.
Yes, it is so relevant today.
This is such a dumb argument.
It's ridiculous. They just need to win. Just win, and nobody will talk about this. Just win football games. It's not that hard. A whole generation of Jet fans. Think of this. Our whole generation of Jet fans hasn't seen this team win more than hasn't seen this team crack the postseason. Think about that.
Bro, imagine what it feels like to go every year and to know you're in it. Like the Chiefs fans just wake up in the regular season like, all right, we'll win this week. We may not, but whatever. We'll be competing in the AFC Championship game.
I saw a reel the other night. It was so funny. It was me watching football for the entire year, knowing that the 16-1 Bills are going to lose to the 9-8 Chiefs off a virtual measurement in the AFC Championship. Like that's just going to happen. That's how we know the NFL loves the Chiefs. So I mean,
all right, Mr. Conspiracy.
I want to get into the comments you mentioned there from Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner. I think those comments are absolutely ridiculous, and I think that's a perfect reason why Sauce Gardner is not a defensive captain on this team. We don't need excuses. People complain about Aaron Glenn saying, I got to watch the film as Nick Claxton drills a 3 in the Nets preseason opener. People complain about Aaron Glenn saying, I got to watch the film. But then everyone's like cheering on Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson for making excuses for penalties and things like that. Like, again, Aaron Glenn, I'm sure, chewed him out in the locker room after those comments. That is not what Aaron Glenn wants to hear. You want to see your players say, oh, our team sucks, so that's why I get all these penalties. We don't need more excuses, Sauce Gardner. We don't need more excuses, Garrett Wilson. We need accountability, and I'm sick and tired of this.
I vehemently disagree. I believe that it is right and just what they both did, sticking up for themselves and this team. And all the bullshit.
They didn't stick up for the team. They blamed the team.
No, they're sticking up for themselves because they get that shit that gets called on that night. The guy was laying down. Mason Taylor was laying down. The play was over. The dude drilled his shoulder into Mason Taylor's back.
I'm not defending the officiating. I'm saying there needs to be accountability. This is ridiculous, Chris. I can't sit and watch these players blame the rest of the team, blame the coaches. You always talk about accountability on penalties. Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, this is no different. You can't say this stuff after the game. There is perfect example why Sauce is not a defensive captain. No. This stuff, the off-the-field stuff drawing all the attention.
You're saying that this stuff doesn't get called on better teams. That's not saying the team sucks. It's acknowledging where the Jets are at right now and what is being called. Like, at some point, somebody has to say something. What is that officiating? Come on, we both know that officiating sucked, man. They have to acknowledge that.
They didn't play.
It's not making excuses. I get the accountability. The game was. They should not have won that game. The officiating didn't matter. It didn't matter, but it wasn't the reason why they lost. There's no excuses for that game. But the officiating, it should be acknowledged by somebody, man, because it was so bad. It was unwatchable.
It's ridiculous. I mean, Josh, what are your thoughts here? I think I'm just tired of these guys. Blaming the team for them getting called on penalties and things like that.
They're acknowledging how bad the calls were. I think Sauce is 100% capable of being a defensive captain if he can get some damn turnovers and get some damn interceptions.
What do you think, Josh?
I'm kind of in the middle here. I thought that was a poorly officiated game, but I feel like in the NFL and live time, I feel for these refs sometimes. It's a tough sport to officiate. You're talking about 8 guys watching 100 yards of field all at once. And it's a tough sport to officiate. No doubt they missed a couple of big calls. That Garrett Wilson, offensive PI, I mean, he didn't touch the defender. That's just an all-around awful call. But at the end of the day, again, you want to win football games. I understand them for getting frustrated. I think that's what a lot of players do. I just think that we like to amplify this issue because this is such a bad football team. Like, you go around and you hear about Patrick Mahomes complaining about the Kadarius Toney, offsides, whatever.
Mahomes a baby. Like, he would complain
against the Bills.
We've
Right, but
killed
it's like-
half Mahomes
but it's
on
like-
our team. Let's
It's
not
like
call
they're
him
going for a
baby.
three-peat every year.
To have a
So
player on this team half as good as Patrick.
No,
Mahomes.
I'm saying. So Connor, watching that same logic apply when last year I think it was when Mahomes had that meltdown after losing to Kansas City in that one call they had.
Mahomes lost to Kansas City.
Mahomes lost to the Bills. All right, Josh. Every mistake I make,
I'm
you're always
sorry.
there.
I'm
to
sorry,
hop on.
Chris. I overcorrected you. I'm sorry.
It's all good. So
I just thought those.
yeah,
were
it's so bad. don't
Yeah, I
even know.
mean, the thing, again, one of the things that has frustrated me with this team, and sure, the officiating hasn't been great, but like, let's not forget it also goes both ways. Like, that Alan Lazard touchdown against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers should not have been a touchdown. That was a blatant drop. That Emeka Abuka.
No, that was a catch. That was a catch.
Oh, no, it was not. No, it was
Are you talking about he was
had
out
it.
of bounds or he didn't control it?
He didn't control it. If that was called incomplete on the field, it would have. It would have. The call would have.
That's what it is.
It's the same.
75% of the time. Like
So-
reviews are mostly just them upholding the call at this point. Let me
What?
look. I'll refer back in 30 seconds.
Yes. So I want to make a point about what Josh said earlier. It is a hard sport to officiate. I guarantee that 100%. So why? I'm asking this question. Please, somebody answer. Why does the NFL not allow the ability to challenge calls? It has to be.
They do.
No, they don't. You cannot challenge a pass interference call.
Well, yes, because pass interference, there's not a fine line. Every ref views PI differently. That is
there's a rule book. There is like a textbook definition of pass interference somewhere. It should be held to that standard.
Chris, I hate to cut you off. I agree with
Okay.
you that one of the worst things in sports is the objectivity of a lot of calls. It's not good. Check swings in baseball, every umpire has a different definition. Some
exactly.
people it's breaking the wrist. Some people you got to completely clear home plate. Pass interference. Some people it's while the ball's in the air, you're impeding the arms of the person. Some people it's just a simple tug of the jersey. I agree with Chris. Connor, to your point, I just watched it back. That's 100% a catch. I'll send you the angle I'm looking at from the back of the end zone looking forward. That's a catch. He survives the ground.
If that call was called incomplete on the field, it would not have
It
changed.
shouldn't have been called.
But that's like a 3/4 of the time. That's the case. That doesn't mean much to me.
Oh, I think absolutely. I'm gonna try to get this
Here.
on the screen.
Watch the Jets YouTube. It's a YouTube short put out by the Jets. Perfect angle. You can see it's a touchdown.
Let's try. I see this. Let me try to pull this
You
up.
see this angle? It's like
My whole
looking.
point is refs miss calls. Refs have bad games.
Yes, you're right.
I mean,
yes.
the Saints the Saints literally missed out on punching their ticket to a very
Oh,
bad
boy.
because of
I might.
nickel
if I
Roby
was Saints fan,
Coleman,
I might have boycotted watching the NFL forever. I'm
Oh
not.
my
Like,
God,
I'm not.
Chris.
Not even
You say this
exaggerating.
all the time. This is what
No,
you say during the game.
I'm not. If I was at that game, if I paid, I took out a mortgage to go sit lower seats of that game, and that shit happened. I'm done being an NFL fan. On my life.
Yes, here we go. This is the angle, baby. Let's see it. Yes,
Full screen.
full screen it. This is a touchdown for sure in my book.
Yeah, but it's way, way too quick. You need the angle where you can see the whole ball.
So
That is not-
the booth review has all
Move
these
the
angles.
next gen Jets banner. Move the banner.
Let's try to.
I don't even think this ball hits the ground. Like this isn't
You
an
see the
argument.
slow mo replay on the broadcast? This is a terrible angle for it. It is way, way
Oh,
too quick.
I don't think that ball hits the ground. I think he just clings it to
Yeah,
his.
no, for
what?
sure.
Well, look how quick that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
but
Connor,
what-
they
hold
have
it on the ball.
technology. They have all this stuff.
Look
like,
at
in the New York replay room. So they
Look
can
at
see
that.
all
Look
of
at that.
it.
The ball's on the ground. His
Well-
hand is not under the ball.
That's a catch. That's a
His
catch.
hand is not under the ball.
That's a catch.
All
Let me make
right,
it full
whatever.
screen
No,
so I can see.
I think he's pinning it against his leg. Whatever. It's not worth it, bro.
The ball is on the ground.
It's
And it's
completely
still moving.
grayed
It's
out.
still moving. Did you see that? It was still moving. That
No,
was
it-
mad.
this is like that's a catch.
Bro, at this point, the Jets still needed a miracle. The officials probably
Yeah, bro,
felt bad.
This defense
It's
is
still
so
moving.
bad. They're not
Still
even
bad.
gonna win this game.
I mean,
it's
this
not
is
worth
what happens when
fighting
you're
about.
0-4. We're nitpicking calls in a game from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. Season's over. Let's just put it out.
Nitpicking calls from a game 2 weeks ago. It's just what happens.
In a game they eventually lost, which had nothing to do, and everything to do with the defense.
All right. Anyways, before we get out of here, predictions for tomorrow against the Dallas Cowboys. What are we thinking? Keys to victory. What is the score looking like? Are the Jets competitive, Josh?
I've said this before and I'll say it again. A win in my book is the Jets keep it a meaningful
All right.
10 or fewer
That's
games.
still a sucker
Stop,
mentality.
Chris. Stop.
Still a
Chris,
sucker mentality.
stop. It is a success if the Jets hold it within 10 points of a bona fide playoff contender.
A success is if they win.
I want this
Thank you,
team.
Connor. Thank you.
I want this team to win football games as much as the next guy, but I know that's just unrealistic at this point.
Do you, Josh? Do you?
So, yeah, you got me, Chris. I don't want the Jets to win. I only watch every Sunday for 15 years, and it takes years off
No.
my life
I'm
every
convinced
time.
Josh, you watched the game just to complain to us in the group chat.
I know, bro.
Ruined my game, bro.
Ah, stop it, bro.
Like I watched the game.
Chris, you were more pessimistic than I was in the group chat. You were
Yeah,
talking about
I go-
fire Steve
It's what I
Wilkes
said in
after
the
the
group chat.
first quarter.
Every time they have a completion, I'm commenting about the man coverage. Every single time.
I mean, like,
Yeah, that's
the
true.
game
that
was
is
just
true.
so frustrating. Like, I think the play where I cheered the most is when Isaiah Davis took a knee in the end zone on that touchback, because like it just showed like finally he might be beginning to learn something, and like this coaching might be turning a corner that they finally told their players 4 weeks into the year that they can take a knee in the end zone and come down to the 35. The play where I yelled the most is Isaiah Williams. Not only was I screaming on the fumble, but the fact that the ball was about to roll out of bounds. He literally had to reach over the sideline to catch it and then tiptoe to even stay in bounds.
And then also the fair catch.
And the fair catch. Thank God, by the way, they officially moved off of him today.
Yeah.
Avery.
Oh, yeah, for real. Like it literally took Aaron Glenn like probably smacking him as hard as he could to get him to do some like normal NFL player stuff that everybody should know. Why is it on every kickoff the heart has to sink?
The
Because
Wi-Fi.
I'm scared of a fumble
Look at
or
that.
some shit
Oh.
going on. This is ridiculous.
I mean,
Just all right. Jets are gonna lose tomorrow to wrap up to put a bow on it.
no
Let's just
no
focus.
Kanane Nwangu officially. They still have Jermaine Johnson listed as questionable. Meanwhile, the guy hasn't practiced in 3 weeks. Give me
Just
a break.
put him on IR. My gosh.
He's literally missed 4 weeks, and they haven't put him on IR.
Dude, do we know the Trump clip? They don't know what the bleep they're doing.
That's
Jack
the
Cotter definitely knows
Pull it
first.
up,
That's-
baby.
That's the way to describe it. So
They
the
don't
way it's
know
looking
what
tomorrow,
the heck
Avery
they're doing.
Williams and Isaiah Davis are set to be the Jets kick returners. I'm actually looking forward to watching Avery Williams. He was very, very, very good. He dealt with a torn ACL injury, but before that, he was very, very productive. He's fumbled once on 112 career kick/punt return, so very, very solid. Has never muffed a punt. He led the league with 16.2 yards per punt return in 2022. Extensive experience in kick and punt leverage. So you have that there. Coupled with the fact that, when you talk about special teams, like the Jets have been good in every other area on special teams. McNamara has been incredible. Nick Folk has been one of the best kickers in all of football. Like now, just like return kicks
And he has a
and
leg,
don't
man.
fumble. Don't fumble the football. If you think about it this way, the Jets are a Kanane Nwangu injury away from being 2-2. Because
No,
The
offensive
what
line,
ifs
I'm
have
not
to
even saying- I'm
stop.
not even
The
agreeing
what
with
ifs
that.
have to
Kanane
stop.
Nwangu was not hurt, Xavier Gibson would not have been back there against the Steelers. He
The
would not-
what ifs have to stop. Am I right, Chris?
I mean, the what ifs have to
Yeah.
stop with everything, Josh. You said a win tomorrow is them staying competitive. Like, that's a loser mentality, in my opinion. Like, I'd rather play the what if game and then say,
Josh, it's
a
not too
win
late. It's not too
tomorrow
late to
is
take that back, Josh.
dropping
Not
to
too late.
0-5.
Yeah, so
I
it's so
mean,
bad.
it's
The
so.
what ifs are
I've just
just
given up on the
unbelievable.
season. That's what I'll tell you.
What
It's not that easy. You still have so many more games left to play. Like you cannot just like disappear for the rest of the season. As much as I wish that would happen, you have to win games.
What are you talking about? Nobody said they're doing that.
Well,
Disappear for the rest of the season.
I'm saying that you said the season is over. You're calling it quits. You can't just say that. You
Well,
have
I
to
said
play
the
16
Jets-
more games. Not 16,
By
but
the
up.
season is over, I mean their playoff hopes are in the gutter. That doesn't mean
No
I
one
stopped
had
watching
playoff
the game.
hopes, though.
The man
Yes,
I'm
people
talking
did, Connor.
to did.
It's not. I know you guys
The
were.
man
You
I'm
guys weren't saying that.
talking
People had
to
playoff
did.
hopes, man. I know. I know you're laughing. I know it's like, oh, Mister, but like people had playoff hopes. This team is talented. What are we
No,
doing?
they're not.
All right.
Depends how you define talent. Like, again, this is not a Super Bowl roster. This is like an league average roster.
We need
Nothing-
depth. That's why we had the star power. I mean, I don't know if we're
That's
gonna keep Brees
that's
out.
like saying you need a quarterback. You need a good quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Like, yeah, that's a huge component. Like,
Yes,
having
you need to get that in
depth
the
is a-
draft, and you need to build that over time.
I think the Jets are going to be a very appealing destination for quarterbacks. Like, you add a weapon in the second round. Like, if you get a really, really, really solid wide receiver in the second round, like a quarterback, especially if you're picking in like the top 3 or top 5, quarterbacks are going to look at the Jets and be like, I want to go there. Not the New York market, obviously, is everywhere a rookie quarterback wants to be when you talk about just spotlight and things like that. And, it's good for some quarterbacks. It's bad for some quarterbacks. But I think ultimately a good quarterback should be able to produce in the New York market. And, like, they have a very strong offensive line. The Jets lead the league in time to throw, giving their quarterback time
maybe
to throw.
Josh, you're right.
The offensive line. And then also, like, the Jets have Garrett Wilson. The Jets have some solid pass-catching weapons to build around with, like, a new culture in town as well. So I think that's important to keep to mind. I think the Jets would be a more appealing destination compared to, like, the Saints or, a team of that nature.
I agree with you 100%. I told you this off air on a call we had last night. Like the Jets are a well-fit team for a rookie quarterback to come into. Good offensive line. We just need a couple more weapons. Get Mason Taylor developed. I don't know what the running back situation going to look like. I know Braylon Allen is hurt now, but guys, he's been a non-factor. I know it was a bad coach.
He averaged like 6 yards a carry last game. Before that fumble, he was firing.
That first drive was fiery.
It doesn't matter. Like, he's had good runs. Yeah, he's a fiery runner, but like he hasn't put the stats there. Like, I don't know if he's not getting the carry something. He's not. He hasn't been great. I mean, I don't know.
I think Isaiah Davis is going to be an upgrade, frankly. I'm a big Isaiah Davis fan. I want to see what he can do. Braylon is shut down for the year. They say 8 to 12 weeks, but then you probably get to like 10 weeks, and the Jets are whatever, 1 and 2 and whatever, probably 2 and 12.
What's the injury again?
MCL, something with the torn MCL or something like that. And then the Jets will, be out of contentions, out of hopes already, and they'll just shut him down for the year to risk further injuring that. But nevertheless, guys, thank you for joining us. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. Folks, we're going to be live tomorrow, live pre and post game coverage for tomorrow's game. Might be a post game video, but certainly live pre-game coverage 2 hours before kickoff. So be sure to tune in with us then. Thank you, Josh and Chris. Always fun doing this with you guys. Everyone, thank you for joining us. Josh, Chris, you got any final thoughts here before we say so long?
I wanted to give my my game predictions here before we get off. So this is going to be a close game, closer than people think. Hopefully they haven't done anything this season. Hopefully that they're able to take advantage of all the missing players the Cowboys have out. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm truly sticking to the any given Sunday mentality at this point. And listen, boys, I'm ready to be hurt again. All right, I'm picking the Jets 24-21. I don't care. All right, the first one of the season has to come soon. Glenn's got to do something. He can't look like a dead man on the sideline. I don't care if he yelled at the players after the game. He's got to do something. Win games, buddy. Win games. So let's see. I'll be posted up. You know it, boys. Watching the game in my G5 jersey. We'll see what they can do. All right, they better do something. They better do something.
Josh,
Chris, Connor, you guys are the best. No one I'd rather talk Jets with, and you guys know that. But, man, Chris, you said it right when you said any given Sunday. So you truly don't know. That's why you play the game. That's why you watch the game. Let's go Jets, baby. Nonetheless, you never lose the love for the game, despite what Chris says about he'd rage quit football if the Jets got the no PI called on.
Oh, if I was at the no game,
look. I'll never lose my love for the game. So 0-5, 0-15. We are right through it all. JETS, miserable, but Jets.
JETS, just in the suffering, baby.
My score prediction for tomorrow, I hate to do it. Give me Dallas 35. Give me New York 27. But you know what? I still have confidence that this team could potentially pull off a win. And you know what? We're here, we're all pessimistic, but winning yields everything at the end of the day. You win, we're all happy. I don't care if they're 1-4. We're still going to be juiced up next week. You guys are the best. Thank you for joining us. For Josh and Chris, I'm Connor Long, right here on the show, saying have a great rest of your evening, everyone. And as always, JETS, baby.
Jets.
Peace out, folks.